Hey, what's up guys? It's Don here. In today's video, I'll be showing you 4 quick app switchers. Now, the jailbreak community does have been a few out there, and we're going to take a look at some and which one might be the one for you. So yeah, let's get started with the video. So for our first tweak, we have Switcher, and it is a pay tweak, $1.99 on the package repo, and it is this tweak right here. Quite nice and simple. Now let's go into our settings, take a look at what this tweak provides. So we're going to Switcher. You see you will have your enable toggle, then you'll have a plugin section, which I do not know what it does, but it basically tells you nothing to see here, install some plugins from your package manager. So we're going to go ahead and move forward because I'm not sure what that means. For our behavior, we have the ability to change how we open apps on our switcher. I have mine to single tap, so I just click on it and it opens, but you also have the ability to long press to open the app. You also have the ability to change how you open this tab here, and I have mine to pull it out, but if you select activate using gesture, you have the ability to open that little switcher by tapping on your status bar. And you also have the ability to change how many tabs, so 2, 3, or 4, and so on. Next thing you have is hide during screenshots. What this allows you to do is hide the little tab on your screenshot so it's not in the way. And the next setting you have is hide in lock screen. So if your device is not unlocked, the tab will not pop out. But if your device is unlocked, the tab will pop out. And if you have that enabled, it will not show up at all. I have it disabled, and this is how it looks like. So it pops up right there. Now keep in mind, if you have auto unlock X, this will be kind of hard to tell because it just unlocks so quickly. At the bottom, you have position, pretty straightforward. You either have it on the left side or on the right side. Then you have your corner radius for your little pill tab right here. So if you want it edgy, you could go ahead and change that. Or if you want it more rounded, you can up that up as well. Then you have your custom background color. If you don't want this black, you want this red or another color, you have the option to do so. And the pull indicator is basically that little white pill that you see there. Quite straightforward. And then you have your display, which is your dark mode and your light mode. The use system settings is quite straightforward. I have dark mode on my phone, so it's going to use the dark mode settings. Then you have your indicator size, which is pretty much the pull tab. It was quite small for me in the beginning, so I upped it to 15.0. It's up to you how you want to change the size, but you have the ability to do so. And last, you have your first and second column. Both are maxed out to 5 icons per column. So in total, you have 10 apps available to have in your switcher. And that's one downside because the other switchers allow you to have way more than just 10. But this is how this tweak comes. So that's pretty much it. If we go into our switcher, you also have the ability to reposition it. You just have to open it, pull it out, tap and hold, and you should get a vibrating gesture, and you should be able to move it just like so. Let it go, and it's repositioned. But that's pretty much it for Switcher. Remember, it's $1.99 on the package repo, and go ahead and check it out. Now on to our next switcher. For our next switcher, some of you might say it's a free version of the previous one, but it's called Rowfee. And as you see, here is that tweak right there. Very nice and simple, but a little bit different than Switcher. So if we go into our settings and take a look at what this tweak provides, you will see the usual enabled toggle. And then you will have your select application. So you go ahead and select the applications that you want. I just randomly select a lot so I can see what's the max capacity. And this tweak allows you to have a lot of settings because it has pages, not columns like Switcher. So this is a little example of what I mean. You just scroll up to see all your apps. So that's pretty nice. I actually don't like it. I would prefer the columns more, but I mean, if I want that, I could just go on to Switcher. But you do have the ability to have a lot of applications on there. And back into the settings, you will see that you can select the max of apps per page. So if you just want 3 instead of 6, you have the ability to change that, but it does cap out at 6 per page. At the bottom, you have your slider settings, so you are able to change the color of the slider, and you also have the ability to select if it's movable. So to move it, you just tap and hold, and you can reposition it wherever you want. You also have the ability to change the height and the width of the slider just in case it's too intrusive. You have the ability to do that. You can also change the visibility, aka the transparency, in case you want it to be a little bit more hidden. Then at the bottom, you have some timeout settings, which will basically auto hide the launcher after a set amount of seconds when no activity is detected. Now, I have not seen that. It's still there. It doesn't dim or nothing. Now, Switcher actually dims, which is quite nice. And also about Switcher is it does not work in landscape mode. So when you open the app or watch a video, it will disappear. One downside with Rowfee is this does not disappear when you play a game in landscape, and when you watch a video in landscape, it will always be there. So that's quite annoying and intrusive, but it's free. You can't complain about it. But yeah, that's pretty much all Rowfee has for you. It's quite lightweight and simple, as you see there. And yeah, go ahead and check it out. Now on to the next tweak. Arc is our next tweak, and it's just not a app switcher. You do have the ability to do a whole lot more with this tweak. So let's go into our settings and take a look at what this tweak provides us with. So the first option you have is your buttons, and this is where all the magic goes down. If you click new button, you have the ability to select how it functions. So this one will bring your app switcher. This one will allow you to put a application to launch. So if you go into application, select what app you want, and it should be able to launch from the switcher as you can see here. Next, you have the ability to launch your control center and your flashlight, turn on your flashlight, go to your home screen, lock your device, mute your device, and bring your notification center down. Then you also have the ability to play and pause your track, go to the previous application, enable screen recording, take a screenshot, and enable Siri. I put it in this video because you can make it like an app switcher, but just know that you could do a whole lot more than just app switching. And if we go back into our settings, you do have your button style. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have dark mode, you want to select system and it will be dark. If you want to manually change it to light or dark mode, you do have the option to do that. I have mine on dark. At the bottom, you have the ability to either enable this by the top or the bottom. I have mine at the bottom and I have it selected on the left side. If you use your hand or your phone with your right hand, you could switch that around and enable it on the right side. Or if you just like to enable it from the top, you could do that as well. Now at the bottom, you do have the ability to change the drag distance, the drag area width, and the gesture sensitivity. When this tweak first came out, we did not have gesture sensitivity, and it was quite hard to activate the tweak. You kind of had to swipe pretty fast to enable it, but I played around with the drag distance and the area width, and this is what I came up with. You might want to copy those down. So you don't necessarily have to swipe from the corner because it will do the app switcher, but you could just swipe from the bottom left and it should pop out. And you could just go into your app switcher by swiping from the middle onto the right, which is nice. At the bottom, you have the ability to have the little icons translucent, which I do have, so I have that enabled. And you also have the ability to where this tweak only works on your lock screen, not on your actual springboard. And that's pretty much it for Arc. Pretty nice and simple. Gives you that iOS 14 look. And also about this does work on landscape mode, and it also allows you to have a lot of icons, but not too much. It is limited because you could pretty much tell if you add too much, they will start to overlap or you might break something. But you do have the ability to have quite a handful of icons, a lot more than Switcher. Anyways, that is Arc, and on to our next tweak. For our last and final tweak, it is PullOver Pro. It is a paid tweak for $2, and I like this one. It's not only an app switcher that allows you to have a lot of apps, but it also allows you to open the application. So you won't have to go into your home screen, find the app, or use breadcrumbs. So you just swipe over, and voila, you have your app right there. If you want to change app, you just hold it and select the app. It will open up right there. To dismiss it, just click away. Let's say you want to open the app completely, full screen, hold it, drag it into the middle, and it opens up full screen. Not only that, but you also have the ability to hide the little indicator if it's too intrusive. And also you can reposition it, of course, just by flicking it around wherever you like. Now let's go into the settings to see what this tweak provides. So if we go down here into PullOver Pro, we do see that we have the enable toggle, And we also have a quick switch on how we want the switcher to pretty much work. So either you want your recent apps or your favorite apps. I have favorite apps selected, but you can select your recent apps. And for recent apps, the maximum apps you could have, and that's just me pushing plus until I reach the max, is supposedly 99. I do not have 99 apps installed to test this, but that's where that caps out supposedly. Now, if you're going to choose your favorite apps, you just click on select favorite apps and you select your favorite apps. So the ones I have selected is right here. Then if you want to remove one, you just slide over and delete it. If we go back into our settings, you will see that you do have a left hand mode, which is pretty nice. And you also have a dark mode. Now I have that enabled and it's pretty good. Then you also have a quick switch item scale select. I actually don't know what that is and I haven't played around with it yet, but I'm pretty sure it has to do with either when you open the app just like this or either the icons on the switcher. I'm not quite sure, but go ahead and play around with that. We also had the ability to hide quick switch labels. Actually, I'm pretty sure that will be either the square in the middle, so it doesn't look that intrusive or that bad, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. I actually have not enabled that and played around with it. Then you also have your behavior options, so you can either hide this in landscape so it's not intrusive on your videos or in your games. And I'm not quite sure if it works in landscape. Some of these switchers do not work in landscape, only in portrait mode, but I do have the hide in landscape enabled. You also have the ability to have some type of feedback when you interact with PullOver Pro in the apps. I have that disabled, and you also have the ability to have a full screen keyboard. iOS 13 only, and I'm pretty sure it's only for the Plus devices. I just have a regular iPhone XS, so it doesn't work for me. And at the bottom, you have keyboard avoiding, and I'm pretty sure this is when you turn your screen into landscape. It won't rotate as well, but as you can see, I have a regular XS, so it's not even supported on my device. But that's pretty much it for PullOver Pro. Very straightforward and nice. I do like that you can open these apps just like that. And to be honest, between all these switchers, I found myself using PullOver Pro the most and Arc a little bit. I mostly use it in landscape mode to switch between the app or text because it's just that simple to activate in the corner. But other than that, switcher, I really do not use as much, nor do I use Rowfee as much. And one thing is that I don't think I mentioned earlier is that Rowfee, you cannot make it disabled in landscape mode. So it's going to be there, pretty intrusive. Like I said, it's free and the other ones are paid, but you get what you pay for. So if you want a free tweak, you're gonna, sadly have that little intrusive tab in the way. But if you pay for any of these tweaks, they will be out the way when you go into landscape mode. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Like the video if you like it. If you dislike it, you already know what to do. And if you'd like to see more of my YouTube content, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.